Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of the latest Tesla news. Today we take a look at Redwood partners with Korean battery materials maker to produce cathodes for 1M EVs. Also, Tesla, LG, Samsung invited to India battery manufacturing recruitment summit, and finally, 50,000 Teslas to be added to Uber network by 2023, announces Hertz. Let's get into the video. Redwood partners with Korean battery materials maker to produce cathodes for 1M EVs. Redwood Materials entered a multi-year deal with Korean battery materials maker Elon company. The partnership will enable Redwood to produce battery cathodes that could supply up to 1 million electric vehicles by 2025 and more than 5 million EVs by 2030. According to Reuters, Redwood will use Elon's design and manufacturing technology to make battery cathodes at a new $1 billion facility in the United States. Early next year, Redwood plans to announce the site of a battery materials manufacturing facility in North America. It aims to produce 100 gigawatt-hours per year of active cathode materials and anode foil for 1 million EVs. By 2030, Redwood expects the facility's production output to scale up to 500 gigawatt-hours per year of materials, producing enough batteries for 5 million vehicles. In September, Redwood announced its foray into producing sustainable battery materials as part of its mission to close the loop on the life cycle of electric vehicles and energy storage products. Redwood will produce strategic battery materials in the U.S., first supplying battery cell manufacturing partners with anode copper foil and cathode active materials. We plan to transform the lithium-ion battery supply chain by offering large-scale sources of these domestic materials produced from as many recycled batteries as available and augmented with sustainably mined material. These two products will become a closed loop and reuse all of the critical lithium, copper, nickel and cobalt that we already recover from old batteries, said the company's announcement. As part of its plans, Redwood expressed the intent to tighten the existing battery supply chain logistics. The company noted that the logistics for a single component like a cathode contributed enormously to the overall cost and carbon footprint. In an interview earlier this month, Redwood Chief Executive J.B. Straubel, co-founder of Tesla, emphasized the need to assess the battery supply chain and trace it all the way back to the mines. Tesla, LG, Samsung invited to India battery manufacturing recruitment summit. Tesla, LG Energy, and Samsung are among a group of large battery manufacturers that have been invited to a recruitment summit by India, which wants to encourage cell production efforts to enter its market to develop a domestic supply chain for clean transportation and electric vehicles. Indian officials will visit the United States, Germany, France, South Korea, and Japan, looking to convince large-scale battery manufacturers to set up production lines in India, sources told Reuters. India has invited Tesla, LG Energy, and Samsung to the events, although a complete list of battery production companies has not yet been drafted nor confirmed. Northvolt, Panasonic, and Toshiba are also being targeted for the summit. The meetings are part of an extensive plan to boost cell manufacturing efforts in India. The country is prepared to offer $2.4 billion in incentives to companies who are willing to commit to battery production in India. Companies have to set up 5 GWh of storage capacity and meet specific local content conditions to qualify for the incentive. An investment of $850 million, according to the official. Currently, domestic companies like Reliance Industries, Adani Group, and Tata Group have shown interest in launching production in India. There has not been much interest from other companies. India's market share of electric vehicles is minimal, with only 5,000 units being sold in the country last year. 2.4 million vehicles were sold in India in 2020. Due to the lack of demand for electric vehicles in India, companies are focusing on building battery manufacturing lines in markets where EVs are gaining traction and momentum, like the United States and Europe. There would be benefits if India could convince a company to invest in a battery manufacturing plant, one source said. Getting global companies into India will signal seriousness, and they will also bring in good technology, quality, and safety standards. Tesla has been working with Indian officials since early 2021 to try and gain entry into the Indian market. However, the process has not moved forward like expected due to wishes on both sides that currently cannot be fulfilled. Tesla wants to test demand with imports from one of its other production facilities, but Indian officials are not interested in reducing hefty import duties that would make Tesla's vehicles more affordable. India wants Tesla to commit to building a gigafactory in the country before it considers bringing down the duties, but Tesla is unwilling to commit to the construction of the factory because demand statistics and research cannot be completed. Tesla and India are still working to come to a deal, with each side inching toward an agreement that could eventually allow Tesla to test demand with reduced import duties. The automaker will have to meet India halfway, however. 50,000 Teslas to be added to Uber network by 2023, announces Hertz. In an announcement on Wednesday, Hertz Global Holdings Incorporated noted that it would be partnering with Uber Technologies Incorporated to add up to 50,000 of its Tesla vehicles to the Uber network by 2023. The announcement was made just days after Hertz announced its initial blockbuster purchase of 100,000 Tesla Model 3s, which would be used as part of its car rental fleet. On Wednesday, Hertz and Uber noted that they are in an exclusive partnership to make up to 50,000 Teslas available by 2023 to drivers who wish to rent electric vehicles while using the ride-hailing network. Under the partnership, and starting November 1st, Uber drivers would be able to rent Teslas from Hertz in its Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. locations. A nationwide expansion is planned in the coming weeks. Hertz has announced that the 50,000 Teslas that would be open for renting for Uber drivers would initially come from its 100,000 Model 3 order. However, the car rental giant also noted that there could be future orders as the program expands. Mark Fields, Hertz interim CEO, noted in a press release that its partnership is a notable step forward in Hertz becoming an environmentally forward company. Today's partnership with Uber is another major step forward in Hertz becoming an essential component of the modern mobility ecosystem and executing on our commitment to being an environmentally forward company. We are creating the new Hertz and charting a dynamic, new course for the future of travel, mobility and the auto industry, Fields said. Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi added that the capability of Uber drivers to rent Teslas from Hertz would help accelerate the transition to zero-emissions mobility. He also noted that Uber is looking forward to seeing more electric vehicles on the road. Climate change is an urgent global challenge we must all tackle together, and now is the time to drive a green recovery from the pandemic. This combines the power of Tesla, Hertz, and Uber to help accelerate the transition to zero-emissions mobility. We look forward to seeing more EVs on the road right away, the Uber CEO said. Uber drivers looking to gain access to a Tesla would find that Uber and Hertz's partnership is essentially the best deal available in the market today. With the two companies' partnership in place, drivers could see some substantial gas savings, higher earnings potential, access to the expansive Tesla supercharger network, and Uber's A-Go discounts. They would also be able to enjoy benefits through Uber's Green Future program, which provides incentives for drivers to move from internal combustion vehicles to all-electric cars. SpaceX fires up first upgraded Starship engine. CEO Elon Musk has implicitly revealed that SpaceX recently conducted the first test of Starship's new Raptor 2 engine. Aside from kicking off integrated static fire testing of a refined, operationalized version of Raptor, the first prototype may have briefly become the most powerful engine of its kind ever tested before destroying itself. While not quite as successful as the first static fire campaign of a full-scale Raptor 1 engine, which survived several tests, the first Raptor 2 prototype's early demise is still a routine part of engine development and is the start of a process that should ultimately produce a super heavy booster with 50% more thrust than the next most powerful rocket ever flown. Do you think that Tesla will be able to eventually create their own robotaxi network? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe? Thanks for watching.